Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf, Nick Herbig post-game, and then we'll go to the locker room. Let's see what Nick had to say starting off with him.
Nick, a lot of pressure in the last two games on the pocket. What's been a difference bit by design? What's been happening there?
I think it's just a collective, a group of guys, in that room. We got a tight-knit group. Got great coaches in Coach Dunbar, Coach Denzel Martin, great leaders, TJ, Alex, and Cam. And like I said, man, it takes some time to mesh, come together, but I think that we're all starting to figure each other out and playing off each other and playing with a lot of energy out there together, and it's great to see all that come to fruition.
From a one-game perspective, they came in with the #1 ranked rush defense in football. How much pride do you guys take in the job that you guys did against their run today?
Yeah, it's AFC North football, man. It's tough nose, smash mouth, old school football. And the goal was to go out there and be the better defense today.
What's it like for you guys when you do that and not only you don't allow a touchdown?
That's just credit to the coaches, the players, everybody just doing their job. Still let up too much points, too much yards. Not satisfied with what we did out there. It can be a lot better, and I'm excited to get back to work.
What is? Go ahead, Aubrey.
After 45 years I've been covering you guys, I've never seen a defense introduced with 12 people, 12 men. So that honor is probably living on your shoulders. How do you feel about that?
I wasn't expecting that at all. DY and Mike T told me before the game, and I just wear that with great pride and honor because I know all the great legendary players that have come through these buildings and walked the same halls as me, and just the fact that they have that belief in me, that respect for me, to allow me to run out of the tunnel with all the guys. I'm truly blessed.
Nick, what does Ramsey mean to your defense?
Oh, that guy's a dog. I grew up watching him when he was at Florida State. So he's been doing this since I've been watching football, and just seeing that in person, seeing how he goes about his business day in and day out, on and off the field. That guy's a true
Probably, I would say middle
true
school.
vet. He's a leader, inspiration to a lot of guys, and he's great for us.
Mike told us on Tuesday he thought that Gabriel was quite good at processing opponents' defenses. Did he express that message to you guys, and if so, how do you think you countered that on the field today?
Yeah, we knew that he was going to get the ball out quick. It's all over his film. Good at processing plays, making a good read. So we just have to go out there with a good game plan.
Did you want to start running the other way too fast on that one possible pick?
Yeah, my eyes got a little too big. Gotta make that play.
After the Dublin game, a couple of you guys in the locker room kind of just talked about how, you really liked the performance that you had, but you needed to show more consistency. Do you feel like you showed that today?
I think when you stack back-to-back wins, in general, that's great for the team. Not just us as a defense, but a team as a whole.
3 in a row.
There's obviously still a lot we can learn from and work on. Like I said, looking forward to getting back in the building and getting to work on a short week.
How did you think the rotation worked out today with all you guys healthy for the first time outside line?
Oh, it's great. We know what we're capable of, the three of us. Like Coach Martin said, the Full Metal Clip or whatever he said. It's just awesome to be out there with those two guys, man. They're dogs, super professional guys. They take care of business on and off the field, and just being able to share the field with them. Even Cam too, like that. That's awesome, man. Like that's something I'm gonna look back someday and be really blessed and grateful for.
Nick, these last two games, is that what you've expected from this defense, the way you guys have played?
Not really. Like everybody in the locker room knows what we're capable of. And I still feel like we haven't played up to our potential yet. Like we're just scratching the surface. So once we're firing on all cylinders, I'm excited for that.
Playing two AFC North rivals within a few days, could that be daunting physically as well as mentally?
Wouldn't want it any other way.
Good. Thanks, guys.
Those 10.
So quickly, he brought up the fact or someone else brought up, whatever, but it was brought up, him, Alex, and TJ all being on the field at the same time, I think it was. And he talked about Cam too, but I really think that's an interesting idea to have all three on the field. You don't obviously want to do that too much because they got to get rest, rotate guys and whatnot. but if they want to do that just to throw a little wrinkle in there, I'm all for it. And actually, when they were in Dublin and they were using Darnell and Spencer Anderson and running the ball that way, and then they come out first play of the game and they're in that package, and it's like, oh, here we go again. And then it was literally Darnell, 36 yards. And it's just like, motherfuckers. Like, if you're Cleveland, you gotta be like, oh, these guys. Like, they knew we would be thinking run, and gone. Alright, let's hear what Aaron had to say. I'm sure he's going to talk about missing DK on that big throw.
Plus runs, how much do they help with what you're doing? How's it been in the offensive pass game?
Yeah, I mean, I said last week, we need to see some more one-high stuff to take some shots down the field, and you got to run the football to do that. So I feel like the line controlled the line of scrimmage today pretty well, and I thought Jalen ran the ball really well. And Kenny always does well in the run and pass game, but Jalen, he's slippery in there, man. I thought he had some really nice runs.
Aaron, can you take us through that touchdown to Hayward? And did you kind of motion to him to go the other way? Is that what happened on that play?
Yeah, it was just a keeper to the right. Jalen had a great block. I think it was Jalen that cut the guy, and I just kind of continued out. First look is in the flat. Second's kind of the DK on the backside. And Connor's really kind of a clear out route. Though we had a similar play against the Jets in week 1 to Calvin for a touchdown. Different formation, kind of different thing we're doing. So I just got out there. Connor's a really smart player, and I just was kind of like, either you or DK, one of you guys see this and go that way. And Connor did, and put a decent ball on it, and he made a nice catch.
The 225 yards that you had TK on, what did you like pre-snap from those, if anything, or those something plays that manifested in the pocket for you?
We had one-on-one on the first conversion. He had a quick out conversion. He did a nice job with his late hands. I think the other one was just a quick out that, I thankfully put in a good spot. DB kind of tried to break on it, and DK made a play. The other, his third catch was on the shallow cross after I threw a bad one on the inside go. And his fourth catch was a nice little slant and go he ran.
How do you describe your first taste of true AFC North football, and especially getting away from that too?
Well, I think division games in the NFL are always different. Anything can happen. Been in a North division for 18 years of my career, 15 as a starter, so I know what those games are all about. Anything can happen. Definitely seems those games are always a little more physical than the other ones. Felt like it was a physical game. I think our defense was really getting after it. I was joking with PQ. Felt like he was trying to knock himself out there. He was drilling people.
He
on
was.
both sides of the ball, but anytime you play in division games, really in the NFL.
What was that, Jerome
you take
Ford
care of
he
the
drilled
football
on
and
that
you
one
win
play?
the line of scrimmage, you're going to win a lot of those games. So I thought we did that today.
No sacks today. Roger got a lot of the questions from this week about how you're going to handle 95. It seems like he got some help sometimes, but he also kind of handled his business on his own. What have you seen specifically maybe from him in terms of his growth these first 5 weeks of the season?
Well, I think he took. Hopefully, he wasn't reading it, but I feel like probably there's some negative, based on the questions I was getting. I think week 3, some negative thoughts out there about how he was playing. I got a lot of confidence in him. I really enjoy his energy. Sometimes I try and kick him in the ass a little bit in practice to get going, but I like his positivity, and I like he's always like the first one to come celebrate with me on the field. I appreciate that, and I appreciate
That's great.
Him rising to the challenge this week. Obviously, you're playing a generational type player like that.
Oh yeah.
There's not going to be a ton of one-on-ones. We're going to throw different things at him.
Someone
I thought we did a
didn't
good
get
job
added
with
to the
tight ends,
graveyard.
various body types, and running backs out there trying to chip him just to kind of slow him down. But when he had singles, I felt like Broad, I got to look at the film, but it seemed like he played pretty well.
You guys have been seeing a lot of too high coverages coming into this game. Just how did you try to take advantage when they did go to that super high coverage?
Throw it to DK. Yeah. Go ahead.
What were the keys going up against a tough Cleveland defense? You put up 23 points, and you probably could have had more.
Yeah, just patience. If you
I
look at
also
the
liked
film,
lining
and the opponents and the way the
Darnell
games went,
like outside as like a receiver.
You know,
I like that.
They have a great defense, and they played tough in all those games. You know, the Detroit game got away from because of some turnovers. But I thought Dylan, you know, took care of the football. We had some chances to pick the ball off and didn't. You know, for the most part, that's a really good defense that's going to stand up most of the game. We just had to make the most of, you know, a short field on one of them, then a couple of really nice sustained drives in the second half. We were better on third down than we had been previous weeks. You know, we converted some third and longer ones. I think we're around 50% for the day. I'm not sure if the kneel downs took us under that, but it seems like we're right around 50%, which was good. First half drives stalled, but thankfully Boz, you know, took care of those kicks before the field got borderline unplayable. So that was nice to get those touchdowns in the second half.
Aaron, what do you like in what you're seeing from the offense and how it's evolving here each week?
What's the second part?
The offense. What do you like about the offense and how it's evolving each week, it seems?
Well, I think we're playing pretty smart football. I think Art, you know, got us into a good rhythm today. And when we take care of the football and don't turn it over, we're going to have a chance in a game. And then if we can control the line of scrimmage, you know, we're really going to be playing downhill. I thought the key to the last two games has been first and second down. You know, when we're efficient on those drives, we usually score points. When we're not, you know, there's been some 3 and outs. So I like what we've done with Spence. I like, obviously, what we've done with Darnell. You know, seemed like the more playing time he's out there, big things happen the first play of the game. You know, I know he got the ball punched out, but he's a super talented guy for 6'8", and whatever he tips his skills at. I love having Darnell out there, just his energy, his presence, his body. He's made a big difference for us.
You mentioned the field, Aaron. Was it rough going pregame? Could you tell it was going to be rough pregame, or did it kind
I
of...
couldn't tell pregame. No, I just felt like it got real beat up. By the time the third quarter rolled around, that thing was really beat up. So I feel bad about what happened to Miles. I'm not sure if, you know, if there was any carry there. I know the field gets a lot of play. I don't know why anybody wouldn't wear 7 studs. You know, cleats. Some guys are opposed to that. They just want to wear moldeds. But it reminds me a little bit of the field in Green Bay in the early years, but not until like November or early December, where it'd get kind of torn up a little bit. Then they went out. They found an incredible, you know, field maintenance guy that come over and help our guys out. And the field in Green Bay is absolutely immaculate. But the field today got pretty torn up.
Yeah,
Two
Pitt
more.
plays there too.
Aaron, during the week we asked you about momentum, and you said it's not about, you know, coming out of the body. You said it's more about the way you practice, the way good teams practice. I see evidence of us. Did you see that evidence on the field today? Do you get the sense? Do you feel fairly confident at this point that you guys are trending in the direction of being a good team and a factor in the AFC?
Well, that's where we want to be, and we're putting ourselves in a position, right, to start
I mean,
entering
Pitt
the
probably just
conversation.
needs their own stadium.
But a lot can happen. There's a lot of time between now and December football. December football is when you want to be playing your best, but you also want to be healthy. And, you know, we got some guys back today. I thought Joey played really well. Getting Alex Highsmith back was great. You know, when you can throw Highsmith and Herbig and TJ at you, that's pretty tough for any offensive line. And, you know, I think Deshaun's, you know, him coming back on the back end's been a big deal for us. And, you know, you go out and get guys like Darius Slay and Jalen Ramsey. I do want to make a point and talk about Ramsey, because what he did this week getting ready to play, I've been around the game a long time, and I've seen a lot of guys in a situation where you got a Sunday, Thursday, skip both games, where maybe they're 80%, 85%, but they want to be 100%, because I think there's a fear of failure almost that can paralyze them, where if I don't play my best game, then what does that say about me if I'm not 100%? I think some guys are scared to go out there and play. But for Jalen to go out there with everything he's accomplished in this league, I just can't say enough about the level of respect I have for him. Then he had, 2 sacks and pass breakups and tackles.
Yeah.
And if there was any question about the type of person that he is, take away the incredible player, but person and teammate, I think he just showed all of us the kind of guy that he is by going out there and playing today.
Aaron, you guys saw some single high today, and were able to get downfield passing attack going.
Wow.
How did the run game kind of open that up, forcing teams out of too high, and you starting to get that downfield passing attack working?
Well, teams want to play too high and rush with their front four, but I think Art's done a nice job the last few weeks of mixing the personnel groupings a lot, and some with Spence out there as an extra offensive tackle, and it puts some stress on the defense. If you would just want to play too high, because now we got some extra poundage there on the same side, especially when him and Darnell are on the same formation alignment side. So I think Art did a good job of keeping them off balance, and we started it today with an action keeper. They blew wide open, but Art's done a good job with the formations. And we throw a lot of things at him. Obviously, we're trying to keep DK out there as much, but we can do some Big 11 stuff and let Ben do some things. We can get our our fast guys in there with Scotty and Roman and Cal when he comes back, or we can go big and play 3 or 4 tight ends at the time, and sometimes have Spence be that tight end. So a lot of credit goes to Art, Fredo getting those boys ready, and then I think Pat and Ike have done such a good job with the offensive line. They're a really smart group, one of the smartest groups I've been around, but they controlled the line of scrimmage today.
All right, thank you. We have DK coming in right now.
So quick, he brought up Jalen. For Jalen to go, did not practice on Wednesday or Thursday, and you're thinking, all right, he's not going to play Sunday. Maybe, he rests up, and maybe we get him back for Cincy. And then to get the full practice participant, right? And it's like, okay, now he's questionable. And, sometimes Saturday, they're like, no, he ain't questionable. We're removing that. He's playing. And that is just absolutely incredible. And then he has the game that he does. I'm sure he was already well respected in the locker room, but no one knows what these guys go through more than them. And if it was possible to earn more respect, then Jalen Ramsey just did. By going out there, playing like he did, in the condition he was in. No one can tell, anyone, he does not love football, right? Like Aaron said, sometimes you're worried, okay, I'm 80%, I'm 85%. I'm just going to sit this one out. Maybe I play Thursday. If not, I get the long rest between Thursday night football and our next game. And then, okay, I missed 2 games, and then I'm back, and I'm 100%. And Jalen's like, fuck that. So I was curious as to what he was drinking. So I did a quick little search, and it's raw, or RA, I guess, Nam Hom coconut water, natural hydration and glycogen restoration. It's Thai Nam Hom coconut water is known for its distinct sweet taste and potent electrolyte content. So it's a little bit like a Gatorade, maybe an organic Gatorade. Never heated, cold filtered and high pressure processed to preserve the flavor and phytochemical profile. 100% organic, so coconuts are harvested from trees grown free from synthetic chemicals. So I know a lot of people say Aaron's kind of, I guess we'll say quirky, if you want to put it that way. So I was curious as to what he was drinking, and I got my answer. And we'll move on to DK, or as he actually prefers to be called, by his actual government name of Decalen.
DK, what do you like about the way the offense is evolving here as each week you go?
We keep finding different ways to win, and the defense keeps keeping us in games whenever we lull through the first half like we did today. So I think we're just playing complementary ball on both ends.
DK, what's key to the timing on those routes that you're having success with Aaron right now?
I think it's just the timing during practice, and us talking about the different DBs that we're going to go against throughout the week. and making sure we're both on the same page with how they play me, either press coverage, soft shoe, or if they hard jam, if they two-hand jam or one-hand jam, and just all those details about the DBs.
The 225-yarders that you had when you got to the line in both cases, did you feel like those were opportunities that were going to cash in? Did you think you had a chance of those two?
Yes, sir. Especially when 8's in the gun, especially throwing the football. I always think I got a chance, especially with the way our O-line is playing. They're definitely giving them time back there to find the open guy downfield.
DK, with some of the personnel groupings you guys are using, you're able to start seeing single high, which allows you to get the downfield attack going. How has that kind of opened things up for you, not just in the yards after catch game, but also catching those deep balls on those fade routes and the 9 routes?
I think it's pretty much the run game opening up, all those middle of the field throws or on the outside throws because they got to stack the box to try to stop the run. Like I said, I keep giving praise to our O-line for either pass blocking or run blocking because they go against some heavy hitters week in and week out, and they're holding their own every week.
What did you see click with that group, especially in the third quarter? You had several 9, 10, 11-yard runs, and that seemed to open up more of those play-action passes that came together for you guys.
I think it's just wearing the defenses down, whether they're handling the 4-down linemen, then pushing up to the second level, getting hands on linebackers to where we got strong running backs in Kenny G, Caleb, and Jalen Warren who can break tackles from 1, 2, 3 guys when they want to. So just kudos to our running backs and our O-line.
How exciting is it for you as a vet to see a line with 3 second-year guys and a third-year guy playing this well against a team that was the #1 run defense going into this game?
It's no surprise because I see them and the way that they work and handle their business throughout the course of a week. They're always hanging around each other, always joking. I always see them in the weight room early in the morning, and they're serious about their work when we strap up and hit the field. So I commend them for that.
How do you describe your first true taste of AFC North football?
It was football at the end of the day. They couldn't beat us today, so we got another one Thursday, and hoping to do the same thing.
Darnell was another guy who had a big game. I would say at what point in the game did you know he was going to be heavily involved? But it was the first play, so I'll say what point in the week did you know that he was going to be a big part of this one?
Yeah, Mike T, teed us up for Darnell to have a big game today. He kept, putting up Myles Garrett or, other D linemen saying that he had the opportunity to block those guys, and when he got in space, he's a very big, unmovable object whenever he has the ball. So just put the ball in his hands and let him do the rest.
I'm guessing you're not used to lining up at fullback like you did today?
You said what?
I'm guessing you're not used to lining up at fullback like you did today?
Why you say that? My stance wasn't good enough? I thought it was good personally, but yeah, that was my first time being back there. The view was a little wicked, but I like being outside the numbers.
What kind of problem does Jalen Ramsey present for opposing offenses? Like, what kind of impact do you see him making on the game?
Yes, sir. With the way that he blitzes, you never know when he's going to blitz. And then his disguises, he's a very cerebral player on defense to where he studies the game and loves the game of football to where he knows how to, disguise a blitz and, play man coverage or play zone coverage. And, the whole defense is like that, not just Jalen. We got dogs everywhere on the field. So I think that's a big plus for us, especially going against them during the week. We make sure we get good work on both ends.
What kind of energy does Jalen give you guys when you see him flying in there and having those 2 sacks?
He gives us energy. Herbig, TJ, Cam, PQ. I can go down the list of guys. I think this whole team is just very close-knit with how we play for each other. And, Mike T tees that up every week at the start of the week that, we're a team and, one band, one sound. And when we go out there on the field, they got to play all 11 of us every play.
DK, this is the first time that you're playing with Aaron Rodgers. Is there anything that you can say that has surprised you by playing with him?
No, sir, because I don't go into a relationship or a teammate go one-on-one with a person expecting for them to act a certain way. I let them show me everything that they want to show me or talk to me how they want to talk to me, and then I'll be the judge of that from the rest. And what I've seen and heard from him is he loves the game of football, loves hanging out, loves the people who are playing for him and works hard. And I can respect a guy like that, especially with the work that he's put in, since I was 3, I want to say, in the league. So he's done this for a long time at a high clip, and just happy, he's throwing me the ball.
When a team brings in a corner midweek like they did with Campbell, was that kind of a strategy for you guys? Like, let's kind of go at him and see if he's ready yet in this scheme and everything.
We're going to go at whoever out there on the field. Like we saw the way that they lined up on defenses with certain motions. We tried to attack that this week, and then like you said, one-on-one balls down the field.
You described your preparation earlier.
Maybe
Did it change
college.
at all when you found out that you traded for,
Maybe college when he
Jalen
was
for
3.
a good amount of game?
No, sir. Just continued to watch film on him. Thursday, Wednesday, and implemented that throughout the rest of the week.
And Troy Fautanu gave a lot of credit to Arthur Smith and his play calling. He said it's helping them play faster and just play aggressive. What do you like about how Arthur Smith has coordinated you guys and how helped this group find its path?
I think he's just calling core plays that we've repped since training camp, since OTA. So we got a lot of mileage on those plays. So we know what to do in our sleep when he calls those plays.
All right. Thanks, DK.
All right. So I will say it does feel like this almost really is a team, not like a group of individuals, I'll say. And there's one thing I'll bring up, like, as my wife and I were watching the Bills and Falcons game, we're just on our phones mostly because Buffalo was losing at the time by 2 touchdowns. And I'm just going through and I'm seeing stuff from like Cleveland sports radio shows. And they were pretty pissed at Myles Garrett for the stuff he said in his post-game interviews. And if you want to see it, I'm sure you can find it. But it was like, it was kind of like Myles didn't want to be there, even though, let's see, it's October, so I'd probably say 7-8 months ago, probably around that ballpark, he was talking about how he didn't want to be in Cleveland anymore. He wanted to go somewhere where he could win. And then he accepted $40 million a year. So for them, they were kind of like, yo, you accepted $40 million a year. You could have, held Cleveland's feet to the fire. You could have skipped out on games. You could have done X, Y, Z. And instead you took the money, right? And someone said, like, he's not a leader. He's a hired gun. Like a mercenary, essentially. And I don't see that with Pittsburgh. It actually does seem like a team. So, we'll see, how the rest of the year goes. And, the fact that we have gotten some guys out of the locker room potentially helps over the past couple of years. And, we have brought in other guys over the last couple of years. So we'll see what happens, but let's go inside the locker room. We are starting with Ramsey, and then it's also Watt, Porter Jr., Hayward, and Warren inside the locker room.
What do you think about the way you guys bottled up the run, and how much was that a key coming into this game?
It was one of our keys to victory, so...
it was important to
we gotta
stop
watch the film to
Judkins.
see exactly how we did. I'm sure it wasn't perfect, but it was definitely a key to victory, and I think we did well.
Jalen, what has been the key to the defense kind of having these stronger performance the last 2 games? Is it as simple as everyone's healthy, or is there more to it?
Being focused on the details, maybe a little bit more. Playing together, flying around. Still things to, fix. It doesn't look perfect out there, but it's a next play mindset. We go take play by play, and we just go get it.
You and Judy, a little budding rivalry. It seemed like you guys had a lot of extracurriculars.
Yeah, he got a lot of talking to do. I wasn't really too worried about him. So he got to handle that L, and he'll be all right.
Defense getting Joey out.
He do, though. Go
Is his defense heading in the right direction in your eyes? Like he said, you pretty much had your full slate back for the first time this year.
Yeah, I feel like we're trending in the right direction, but there's still stuff to work on. So we're not satisfied. We know we've got more to improve on. So just the first step.
How are you feeling coming out of that one? I know you were in and out, banged up a couple times.
I was banged up a little bit, but I feel great. I'm glad I got to finish the game, so I'm just happy about that.
Are you surprised they threw so much?
It's tough. You never know each and every week. Obviously, if you're neutralizing the run, you have a young quarterback trying to see what you have, max protection, things of that nature to see if he can get the ball in the playmaker's hands. And that was their plan today, and we did a good job of stopping him.
Jalen said he was going to tell his kids he had 2 sacks in a game that T.J. Watt and Myles Garrett played in.
He's a hell of an asset to us, and I'm just glad he's a part of our team.
How about what Nick was able to do out there today, along with Alex coming back?
Herb's a baller, man. I think you guys are just kind of getting hip to it, but we've known it for a long time, and the kid does everything right. We have a hell of a rotation. Obviously, Alex back. I think Sawyer's done some great things as well, so it's a deep room.
How much fun is it when the defense is kind of buzzing like that and anyone can get into the backfield, it feels like?
It's huge. We know we have guys in the back end that can cover, so it allows us to have that extra second to get after the quarterback.
Take us through the touchdown.
Yeah, I saw Aaron scrambling. We locked eyes, and I kind of just knew that he wanted me to work back that way, and luckily I did.
Aaron's talked a lot about his confidence in you. What does it mean to you personally that a guy like that has confidence in you who's going to be a future Hall of Famer one day?
Yeah, it means a lot. He has a lot of confidence in all the guys, though, our whole tight end room. As you guys saw, everybody, I think, had a catch, and everybody can provide so much in the run and passing game.
Talking about everybody having a catch, how rare is that when you can go 1 through 4 and everybody's able to make an impact in the game?
Yeah, I think extremely rare. Like you turn on the TV and watch NFL ball, and you might see 1 or 2 guys out there, but we have a tight end room that's extremely deep, and a room that the coaches and players trust a lot in.
Connor, how much emphasis do you guys put on like scramble drills, stuff like that in practice? Just because obviously you have so much like game planning to go over, but then there are those plays that obviously pay off and that give you touchdowns too.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time. Aaron talks with us privately about it, but also with the coaches, Art, make sure that everybody's on the same page. If somebody's high, somebody's low, and just not being in the same spot as somebody and just playing without the ball.
What changed in the second half that got the offense going and finding the end zone?
I think we just started gelling. Everybody just, was executing at a higher level. Nothing different.
Did you instinctively run to that spot in the end zone knowing that you might be an option there?
Yeah, I thought I was an option, and once I saw the ball, I knew how to come down with it. Anytime you have opportunity for a scramble drill, and it's a big play, you got to come up with those, and luckily I did.
I'd imagine you guys aren't surprised with how effective you guys, maybe not the stats are there, but how effective you are running the ball against one of the top run defenses in the NFL.
Yeah, I knew, with the camaraderie we have as a team, the chemistry, I knew, we just all did our 1-11 that, it would come out our way.
What do you think's been opening up the run game over the last couple of weeks?
Our props to the linemen. The linemen been really working hard. Our receivers are blocking, and so props to all of them. They're the ones that make it happen.
How about what Jones did against Myles Garrett here today? No, Broderick.
Yeah. What he did against Myles.
How you guys all handled Myles Garrett.
It was very quiet on that side, and that just shows. This goes with our preparation.
A lot of guys were talking about being an important game. Is this almost like a statement type game? First AFC North game heading to Cincinnati on a short week.
Yeah. It is. We come in this game with a chip on our shoulder, onto the next.
That duck has a bomb on Jalen's hat. Like, I was looking up there, or is it a duck? Is it a rooster? What the hell is that thing? Because I'm looking at the red at the top of the head. Might be a rooster. I couldn't tell you. But it has a bomb. I'm pretty sure that's a bomb. Like your classic old school circular, has the little thing on top, and then the line, whatever, and you light it and it goes tss. But as far as Joey, wow, I guess Judy was talking smack, and It's like, I guess it's a little similar to Chris Jones talking smack to the Eagles, and Jalen Hurts or whoever it was like, okay, we won the game. So, like, for Judy to be talking shit, and it's like, bro, look at the scoreboard. What is the score? Whether he was talking, maybe he was talking early when it was 3-0, 6-0, 9-0, 9-3, couldn't tell you. But if he was talking shit when it was like 23-3 at that, or 23-6, whatever it was, it's like, bro, come on. But that is it for the players, both their official press conferences and in the locker room. If you guys did enjoy this, please do leave a like. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on. I'll see all you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.